All agents are currently assisting other customers. Please stay on the line and your call will be answered in the order it was received.
I am experiencing audio-visual suggestion, Captain.
So am I.
Captain, that thing's pulling his...
Hey guys, it's your friendly neighborhood God Emperor Bird Old Party 5 here. And you know, usually I'm here to bring you our weekly sponsor. But today I have some very bad news. As most of you already know, the names that you see on the screen are the people that support Nerd Fights over at supportsalty.com. Why they do it, I don't know. I think they're stupid myself. So what, you may want to know, is the bad news? Well, the bad news is that Twinkle Teaches, believe it or not, has decided to join this band of idiots and support the Nerd Fights crew over at supportsalty.com. So Twinkle Teaches, look, Salty, Danny, and Jason may appreciate the fact that you're supporting them, but all I can say is fuck.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulty. Twinkle Teaches, don't listen to Bird. He's kind of a jerk.
Computer end program?
Computer freeze program.
Computer freeze program.
Computer freeze program. That's how we got the Romulans into the Dominion War?
Computer freeze program. Right.
Computer pause requiem.
Computer freeze program.
Computer end simulation.
Computer pause hollow novel.
Computer end playback. What the hell?
Hey Danny, hey Jason, hope you guys are doing good. I'll try to be there if I can, but I can't promise you because at this very moment I am driving in between Murfreesboro and Nashville to deliver my wife and daughter to a concert that I don't get to attend, which sucks, but such is life. Anyway, so I know that right now we are talking about empathological fallacies and the Lorelei signal. And so I figured that since this is the very end of the intro video, I would do my hot take, and then I'll allow you guys to do the hot take, and then there'll be a separate video for my wrap up if I don't manage to get onto the live stream by the time we're done. And so here's my hot take. So this episode, which features, of course, a feminine psychic ability to disrupt the crew and cause all sorts of mayhem, I think, while not a particularly bad episode of the animated version of Trek, is also not the strongest of the series. So, honestly, I think that it's mediocre at best. Oh, which one am I talking about? Both, because that's kind of the plot of both of them. The only difference is the source of the feminine psychic power, and whether it's played for laughs or if it's fairly serious. Honestly, I think that it's kind of funny that both of them, both the Lorelei signal and Empathalogical Fallacies, have such interesting similarities. But I do think that while neither one of them are, like, I remember Lorelei signal being worse than it actually was. I liked Uhura a lot more than I remembered. I think that it wasn't as bad as somehow I recalled it being. And Empathalogical Fallacies, while not the strongest of this season of Lower Decks, certainly not terrible. And so I think that both of them are kind of mediocre for their respective series. So that's pretty much my hot take. Both of them, middle of the road.
Stick with me, baby. I'm the guy that you came in with. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady.
Well, that was quite the intro, and I am fully solo at the moment, at least. Danny is hoping to be along soon, and other than Mike giving me the hey, hope I'll be on at some point. Yeah, I'm not exactly how the show's going to flow tonight. Oh, you can't hear me very well? Let me check my settings. How do I sound now, Patrick? Is it better? Worse? Patrick. Feedback from the crowd. What are we saying? I'm gonna go turn my listen to myself on. Well, this is gonna be a banger of an evening tonight. All right, more recording. Actually, let's make sure this stupid thing is going through the right place. Yeah. Sounds okay. I see Chief saying sounds okay. Patrick, how's it sound? Where you noticed it first? Yeah, the intro was really hot. There's no question there. And just one more check. Nothing like doing it live. There, I'll turn on the listen, and how about that? There we go. Yeah, well, keep it authentic, I guess. And no, we want that up. Okay. Could be the... Ooh, that's a bit of a slam. That whole Borg Seekers thing, that's turn myself off from listening to myself. That's disturbing. I'm assuming that is a very sore spot for you, is it, Joseph? Playfully, but still sore. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I figured it was going to be better. I might have turned something down. I was trying to help Danny through some settings the other day, so unless I bumped the actual amp, and then I could have easily turned that down. Yeah, so good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are. What do we got here? We've got Anthony Mark was in earlier, and Penny, and Stan, of course, I saw you come in, and 47 Yorktown. Hello, fellow New Brunswicker. And Patrick with a sound check. And Planet X, I don't think I've ever noticed you in here before, but if you have not been, welcome on. And Darren, always with the sharp comment right out of the drawer. And Chief Cook, hi again. Bird o' Prey, why are you saying why? And yeah, is this thing on? It's on. And there we go. Oh, yes. Okay, so it was his opus manum. And he's treating it like Lucas, the original Prince of Star Wars. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I watched some of the videos before, but I never did get to finish it. This episode of Me, Myself, and I. Yeah. Magnum. There, I was going to say. Hello, Newfoundland. Who was the Betazoid guest star? Well, you know what? I think I recognized voices, but I did not actually check to see who was in the credits. But I don't believe any of the Betazoids themselves were actually guest appearances as far as from other parts of Star Trek. Could be wrong. Haven't watched all of Lower Decks, so it could be very wrong. All right, so today's episode. We had, hopefully it'll be up to date on the web. And of course it's not. It's so fun how slow IMDb can be. Off to Memory Alpha. 100% Canadian. Yes, CRTC approved, to be sure. Oh, man. We live in such a cracked country sometimes. And are we going to go back to BSG reviews? The answer there is yes. When we run out of content for each of the 2 different days, that's when we'll start bringing in the BSG again. And honestly, considering how big of a break there'll probably be from the production side due to the writers and actors strikes, I'm not expecting anything until late next year for the most part. I mean, anything could change, but at any rate, With that size of a delay, yeah, BSG will definitely be back on, and we will probably be doing it alongside another show that we maybe add into some watch togethers. What is it? I know it's well known. Oh yeah, the voice. I'm pretty sure. Once I can get to the bloody cast here. Okay, guest star. We had Rachel Dratch, Janelle James, and Wendy Malick. And let's see who those were. Wendy Malick at IMDb, Janelle at IMDb, and Rachel at IMDb. I have no idea who this person is. They did the voice for 12 episodes of Harley Quinn. Janelle. Her big thing is Black Monday, Abbott Elementary, the comedy lineup in Central Park. Don't know those. And Wendy Malick. Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure I know what this sticks out from. It's just the build things that they're popular for, and what I know them from is not always the same. Oh, is she from that oh man. Yeah. She was the big one for me was she played Nina Van Horn from Just Shoot Me. Why was I in Salty's hot take? I don't know. I'm just pressing buttons here, bird. I don't know. Maybe. You might have to. I'm hoping Danny will be along soon. He's got the link once he's back from his adventures. All right. I identify as Alphazoid. Nor bad, lol. What are you laughing at, Tristan? I don't know. Is the strike still going on? The strike with the writers is at a point where the total membership is about to vote. The board members approved it to go to vote. So there's some provision that lets live nonfiction shows get back on their feet ASAP. So apparently the late night shows are going to be on very promptly. If they're not on tomorrow night, it's a couple days later kind of thing. But fiction and other much more produced things are not going to be on until the total membership vote comes through. And yeah, no problem, Alex. From where I sit, except for a few odd shows like Lower Decks, most of the good content at this point is going to be much more assured from back catalog stuff. So we're going to probably do more of that as time goes on. How do I like Paramount Plus Canada? There's actually quite a lot of stuff on there. Not quite enough to really get excited about, but for what's the price that we pay? We pay, I think, not much more than the US subscription. And I do know that Paramount has been reorienting their licensing. So products like Star Trek that were only available for streaming on Crave TV from Bell are now moving back over to actual Paramount Plus. So that's kind of nice. Lower Decks is on Paramount Plus, and so is Strange New Worlds. The new episodes are both over on Paramount Plus now. Oh, and also on this, there's a fair amount of TV content. There's not as many movies as I would like to see over on Paramount Plus, but there's a fair amount of TV content, and my wife has actually found a fair number of shows that she's happy to be able to watch through that. And we don't have cable or satellite or IPTV or anything. We use only streaming services. So it's not as big a deal to have several of them subscribed to for us. Wendy Malick, yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is like the CBC edition of the Salty Stream tonight. Will streaming services start removing content after a set time if they're going to have to pay the writers for every view? We don't even actually really know what the details of that contract really look like. At least I haven't been able to take time to see if the details are even available to see how it's going to impact anything. And maybe, I mean, we could easily see a huge return to physical media. That's for sure. Penny, he's supposed to. I'm just noticing your comment in the separated Dork Knight stream. He's supposed to, but I haven't heard from him. They were out at a museum place. Anyway, they were out, and I knew this was going to be going on. Danny'd reached out to me this afternoon, but he's just not here yet. And Michael's stuck in his car, waiting, or yeah, he'd probably be stuck in a car, just sitting and waiting for a concert to be over by now. Not sure exactly how their new contracts are really set up, hearing all sorts of different things. Yeah, I haven't had the time today. This is a heavy research day for actual work day stuff for me, so I didn't have any time to set anything aside for that. Even after work, I had a few things to do, so. Oh, yeah, you lucky devil. Yeah, you're one of those guys that when everything went to over-the-air digital, you could just put an antenna on your roof and get everything. CTV, global, and then all the U.S. networks that were within range. Jerk. Danny at a museum. Well, I forget exactly what it is that they went to, but I do actually believe it was something wrestling-oriented, so we'll find out once he gets on here. What's Yosef saying? I pay for Sky, Showtime, that has Paramount Plus at €3, Disney's $6.99, HBO same, Amazon $5.99, Netflix. Yeah, Netflix is definitely the most expensive. And Apple, I kind of don't like to put money into Apple's pocket if I can at all help it, so I have no Apple subs at the moment. Yeah. Look at you showing off all the good stuff. Well, this is definitely turning into the pear-shaped episode. The funnier thing is I don't have the video for Lower Decks, and Playon was being a donkey and wouldn't let me pull it down. So that one will definitely, unless Mike actually gets home before the stream ends, that will definitely not be shown on the screen. But I can do the animated series episode. What a Jason made disaster. Well, what's a Jason to do? I can only do so much from my little perch here on the East Coast. I do what I can do. Ah! It's a dork in a car.
Hey.
Hello.
It's not going to let me rotate it. There we go. Can he hear you? I can't hear him because you turned it all the way down.
How about that, guys?
Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hey, we're still another 35 minutes away, so I figured I'd just hop on the phone.
Cool. Well, it's going to be a bit of a dog's breakfast because I don't have the Lower Decks episode to even put up on the screen. Yeah. We'll make a hash of it. It's all good.
I just want you to know I'm on vacation, and I was doing something really fun that I gave up. I'm sacrificing my time for you people.
You know, it's funny.
Appreciate it.
You saying you're on vacation, the only thing I could think of was that scene from City Slickers when he's going, I'm on vacation.
Yeah, well, it's all good. We better see
Indeed.
some super chats, damn it. So what are you guys been talking about for the last 20-some odd minutes?
Mostly going through the comment stream and kind of realizing just how much of a absolute disaster this is going to be tonight. By no fault of anyone's in particular. It's just, you know.
I can't hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me anymore? Check 1, 2. Hello.
You there?
Yeah, I am. Can you hear me?
Stop it.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, hold up. No.
Okay.
I guess it's all good.
So yeah, Salty slapped his hot takes at into the intro video instead of a separate one. So it's going to be hard to play that back without playing the entire intro.
The gist of it.
Well, he was basically just considered both of the episodes middling, although Lorelei realized wasn't quite as bad as he thought it was.
Yeah, he would have more if he'd have watched it with us like he was supposed to. I tell you what, if I'm showing up in the car, I don't understand why he can't. Just saying.
Well, he's not in the stream of consciousness, so...
Yeah. So I went into one of the things I did today. Oh, sorry. I went to she took me to, I didn't see it.
Yeah, the National Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum. I was right. I remembered a thing.
Yeah, it was cool. It's the Amateur Hall of Fame. I tell you what, why WWE doesn't have something like what we visited today boggles my mind. It was cool. It was really cool. And between Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, both NCAA champions, of course, only one of which has an Olympic gold medal. Betty won with a freaking broken neck. Who do you think's in this Hall of Fame?
Not Kurt Angle.
It is Kurt Angle.
Sorry, it is Kurt Angle. It shouldn't be Kurt Angle, is what I meant to say.
Yeah. No, it was weird, man, because everybody they have inducted, there's this big room, and it looked like a mausoleum because it's like were very nice, ornate, like engraved, like stones, like placards, right? Yeah, and it was weird because it's like it really did. It felt like you're in a mausoleum. You know, it looked like something you would see, like when they're dead. But it was cool. Had a lot of interactive things. So like we were able to watch when Kurt Angle won his second NCAA championship. Like they had a little thing you could pull stuff up to watch. They had 2 podiums. One was from one of the Olympics. One was from but it was the United States Championship. It was the thing that you have to win to get qualified for the Olympics. But they had the podium, so we took pictures of my fat ass standing in the gold medal place, of course. So that was pretty cool.
Cool, yeah.
So if you don't have the clips from Lower Decks, how are we gonna? I just finished watching it a little bit ago. I mean, I can talk about it, but
yeah, the best I can do is just let it play with the mute on off to the side, and then I can just make reference to the parts of the episode.
Okay.
So we can burn through it that way.
All right. Let's see. Stanley says, "Can I try on a belt? Did it fit?" No. Everything cool was like it's like a museum, man. So it was encased in a glass case, but they did have some championship belts. Oddly enough, one I wasn't expecting to see. They had the original Randy Couture belt from when he won the first UFC championship back when it was
cool.
The Ultimate Fighting Championship, and it had the weird logo and was banned in many states. Which ironically Oklahoma was spearhead.
Basically, when it was good.
Yeah. But that belt looked cool, but it was in a case. I sent Vader a message because the Lesser Baldwin, for some reason, it was inducted into the Amateur Wrestling Hall of Fame. So I sent him pictures of that, which I thought was interesting.
Cool.
The one that was in Backdraft. I forget his real name. We just call him the Lesser Baldwin.
Well, which one? Sometimes it's a game of which one, but Steven was definitely the next best actor of the Baldwins.
He said it was Billy Baldwin. She's got a better memory than me.
Billy's pretty rough. In Backdraft, I was pretty sure it was Steven.
She's saying it's Billy. William
Billy was the one that was in, was it Dracula 2000 or whatever, the one with
You're wrong. It's the same one that was in that movie with Cindy Crawford.
Well, I has the internet. Yeah, William Baldwin.
So it was William Baldwin.
Yeah.
So you were right. What book? See, she's a librarian, so that's who remembers. So there's some book from like the early 1900s that was like the original rule book, NCAA rule book for wrestling.
Okay.
There was this cool wall where there were like 9 presidents who were like really big into wrestling, and the one that was it Garfield? Yeah. So Garfield, the day he got assassinated, he had wrestling matches with both of his boys at the White House the morning of the day he got assassinated. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, Teddy Roosevelt. He started the NCAA, I believe, right? Is what it said on the thing. And he started wrestling. Anyway, it's a lot of cool stuff. I took a bunch of pictures.
So what did you think of the...
I was going to talk about wrestling until Salty popped the blood vessel and joined us via phone by Diane.
Yeah, I don't. He's definitely not showing up still yet. So we haven't been able to summon him in the same way we can summon LD and Mercer. It seems.
Right.
Yeah. So what did you think of the episode of Lower Decks in general? Your hot take.
I guess my hot take would be that one Betazoid had some big ass titties, man. That was my favorite. Girls were on display. Those puppies were out. This is true. This is true. But it was a very scantily clad. So I don't know. It was just kind of I hate to see it, just kind of an average, blah, run of the mill. You know, it didn't. I mean, it wasn't as bad as watching paint dry, but it was like they really blew their wad early, in my opinion. The first 2 episodes have been the best of the season. You know, so.
Yeah, that was basically my feeling on it. I watched it fully relaxed, chair back, eating lunch, and I had a couple of good laughs, but it wasn't at all like the first 3 episodes of the season. It wasn't anything as good as that.
You summoned LDG apparently. You said
yeah, we just red rummed into the mirror with the light off, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was all right. I mean, we start out obviously like the biggest story beats for me as far as the whole season that caught my attention is the fact that they are now actively talking about the loss of all these ships, and they're actually investigating what in the world is going on.
Yeah.
And then of course
the ship at the end, the picture kind of looked like Slave One.
It looks like a weird combination of Slave One and the Delta Flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a strange
like Slave One. You know. So
yeah. And earlier, actually, we were talking about this. The actress that did one of the voices was Wendy Malick, which is probably if the voice stood out to you at all, the reason why is she played on that show. Man, that's terrible. Anyway, I'm having I'm having a brain.
It smells like weed.
Oh, let's go. Scroll. Just Shoot Me, the one that had David Spade in it. Do you remember that from back in the late 90s?
Nah.
No, she was in like 150 episodes of that. She played this. She played the character that went by the name of Nina Van Horn, and she played the comically sultry character on that all the time.
Okay.
So,
Not ringing any bells.
no, but she was one of the 3 Betazoids.
Was she the one with the big boobs?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
But yeah, I mean,
I kept expecting a nipple slip. They were just out there.
Well, look, there was enough underwear on display later on in the episode. I'm surprised somebody didn't sneak something in an edit.
Right?
But
those people making out on the little cafeteria table or whatever.
Yeah. I got a kick out of the fact that they dropped the Angel One, the name, and I don't know. It's just, it was an episode. It was, like you say, it was better than watching paint dry.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like, have we ever heard of this Vulcan thing before that makes others act crazy? This was
not like this. We've never seen it like this. Like, it's been, if you've got that, I forget the name of that condition, the one that Sarek ended up with.
Yeah.
That can do it.
And it's the same thing, but I don't remember it making. I remember it making him kind of crazy,
But not like an entire ship, like at distance. Yeah, I don't know. I think they were playing a little fast and loose.
Not just in Star Trek, but I think it was his last acting gig ever. He died shortly thereafter.
Oh, the actor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, Mark Leonard. I don't think I realized that happened that way. Like, I got a kick. There's a couple of things that I kind of laughed at. They were just obviously purely situational. Like when the doctor was getting all flustered, and then she overhealed Buddy's scratch on his abdomen, and then she had to fix what she overfixed.
Like usually when you say 3 hot chicks are looking like a snack, it's not in the literal sense.
Yeah. So that's probably the one running gag that probably I got the biggest kick out of in the entire episode, was that the doctor wanted to literally eat the Betazoids.
Yeah, I did like how her boyfriend, the big
Bajoran.
He was like, "Oh yeah, we gave her some warm milk, she'll be fine."
Yeah, and then the giant drinking glasses felt a little out of place, but
well, you know, I'm used to seeing those in Vegas. They're everywhere in Vegas.
Yeah, and once they're all down having their big party here, and then of course the Vulcan lieutenant gets all pissed because she can't send a message, and that's what starts to send everybody over the edge. Probably the moment I realized this episode was just going to be kind of wonky was when, and I haven't watched enough of the series to realize, but the bird doctor guy, like he's the shrink, right?
Yeah, he's the ship's counselor.
Yeah. When he loses his mind over the fact that his food, his regurgitated food, wasn't warm enough or wasn't enough like his own mother's mouth or whatever the line was.
His mother's mouth, that was gross. So I comment on that as.
Yeah. Ugh, I said regurgitated soup, you stupid computer. This barely even tastes like it's been in my mother's mouth.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he just spends the rest of the time sitting there beating the crap out of the replicator.
Yeah. And then at the very end, when he gets his wits back, he just does the whistle and walks off.
Yeah. I didn't do this. I got to leave now. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of gags. Like there was the hat they had on one of the Betazoids. It's Romulan ale o'clock somewhere. It just, yeah, it was okay. I mean,
so Bert is saying, we know Sarek had it, but he's saying it made Wesley and Geordi almost fight. So
I'll have to go back and watch those episodes. It's such a rare thing that was talked about, it was Bendai syndrome, right? It was what it was called.
And then he says the crew got horny, which I guess tracks because that one Betazoid says, "Is it horny in here or is it just me?"
Yeah. Because I know they didn't really talk about a lot of it with Tuvok, when it became apparent that he had it and they had to deal with it, because it didn't seem to have gotten to a point where he couldn't control it or something. But
yeah,
so it's just not really been on the screen enough for it to really stick out in my mind.
Well, Stan Lee's saying it felt like Naked Now. I don't think it did. I mean, it was that's the one where Data bangs Tasha.
Yeah.
It didn't seem like. I only think the people that were getting it on were people that had like latent feelings for other people. It wasn't like just randomly making everybody.
Yeah.
It didn't make me feel like that anymore. Otherwise, the captain would have been like, "The damn to my husband. We're gonna be a reverse Oreo. I'm gonna get in between two of these baby holes."
Yeah. I did get a kick out of up on the bridge when the two officers were trying to jump one of the Betazoids, and then she immediately starts. She immediately starts reading their minds and goes, "Oh, you two like each other." And then instant fluster, and then they don't know what they're doing anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, so lots of little cute moments throughout, but nothing.
It sucked, but it wasn't like I don't know, it wasn't a standout. This is one of those episodes like, am I going to remember it in a month? You know, maybe, probably not. You know, I don't know.
Oh, he had something else, did he, Bird? Okay, I wasn't sure. I thought Tuvok had the same thing as Sarek, but either way, I know that Tuvok had something that made him go about as crazy as Sarek ended up going.
Bird would know. So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I like my Star Trek, but I'm not like super comic book level depth knowledge.
Yeah.
The one thing that I don't know that I'm a super fan of, and I don't know how much they did it in season 3, but they keep really reusing the same specific shtick with the Darmok and Jalad at Tanagra.
Hear me?
Yeah.
So did you get to watch that yet?
What's that?
Based on a true story?
Oh no, I haven't been able to watch that one yet. I've got it set aside in my watch later list, but haven't gotten to that one yet. Considering I binged all the way through Lioness in an absolute mad hurry, did that in 2 days.
Right?
It's totally worth it, though. Excellent show.
So that's how we feel about Lower Decks. We started talking about other shows. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, there's not really a lot to say. I mean, they do a lot of.
Show. She at first started out wanting to leave, and then by the end of it, she wants to stay. That's
yeah.
It.
And then there's a bunch of random hijinks. Some were really, really funny. Some were just kind of whatever.
Yeah, the Boimler plot is. I'm kind of over it already. I get it. Like he wants to be a grade lieutenant, grade, whatever, junior grade. I get it, but
yeah,
get to some fun stuff, man. Like,
yeah, like the only thing that I really was, like I said earlier, that I was interested in with this episode was the fact that they are acknowledging openly in the series that they're going to actually address this mystery ship.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, we don't really get anything serious out of this episode. Yeah. It was an episode.
Stan's funny. He says it was all red herrings. It was the drinks that caused everything. You know, it's been a weekend in Vegas. I'd say that's the case, but I don't know, they weren't drinking that much.
Yeah.
So I guess you want to go ahead and just score it? I mean, we kind of like hot takes, final thoughts, all the same. I mean, for me, it's kind of meh.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like a.
All right.
I don't know.
Hold up. Let's do it at the same time. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, then we say our score. You ready?
Okay.
Ready. 1, 2, 3, 6.
5.5.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say 6, but I don't even know if it's quite a 6 for me because.
I don't want to be too. It's a 6 for me anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. I think go in here. Now I played this earlier, and I don't remember if it's the score for both episodes, but this is Mike's score.
Okay.
So, like I said at the beginning, I think both of these episodes are very mediocre. I've said before, I think that so far this season for Lower Decks, it's been very 7 out of 10 for the season. I don't think that this episode is bad, so I wouldn't go down to, and I certainly wouldn't put it at the paint dry level, so it wouldn't go down as far as 5 or even 6, so I'm going to give it a 6.5. And the Lorelei signal, I was ready to give it about a 5 or going into it, but then after we watched it, I realized it's a
yeah. So he gave it a 6.5. So
yeah,
so
so 6.
Yeah, okay.
So there we go. Danny called it.
Yeah. So do you have anything ready for Lorelei signal, or are we gonna just?
Yeah, no, I can do Lorelei.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Do you want to do a? Did you already do your hot take for it?
Just a second here. Yeah, no. For me, I thought it was actually. Yeah.
Is this an amusement park? Yeah, it's from City. It's what? Oh man, next time I'm gonna do that.
I want to go to Mount Splashmore.
Anyway, sorry.
No, that's okay. I'm looking forward to a little bit of that again this fall. Yeah. So I like the episode. It was definitely wonky, and I know I made some pretty funny comments and observations that's on the watch together. But yeah, I actually. Yeah, I know that was what's really crazy. A tentacle-free episode.
Yeah.
But my hot take is this was a better episode of animated series than Lower Decks.
I would totally agree with that. And it's a 50-year-old episode. So.
Yeah. So that's saying something.
Yeah.
So what did you I guess what did you think? Same thing?
Oh, exact same thing. Yeah. Actually, I guess I like this episode more than Michael. So there, which is interesting. I wish he'd have watched it with us. Because this was the episode he did not watch with us.
No, this was the one he did watch with us. It was the episode 3 that he.
It's the next one that he didn't watch with us.
Yeah, because this is the one. This is the one that took us 2 hours to record this past Saturday.
Oh.
Yeah. This was the 2 hours for 25 minutes.
Yeah. You get your money's worth when you join Patreon. Go to supportsalty.com. Oh,
That's
by the
right.
way, I know it was in a couple of videos already. We would officially like to thank our latest member of the
Thank you very much. And actually, before we go off into discussion on the channel, I can actually, or on the channel, on the show, I should actually grab, because we were naughty last week, and it'll be a short little promo. If I can find it.
No yawning.
No yawning. Yeah, I'll keep my yawning at a minute.
Staying up.
So our wonderful friends at Fuel Up. Unfortunately, I still don't have mine. I know that they were working on that, and I hope to get it soon.
Yes. But let's see if she was right. She emailed me and said Play is back in stock.
So let's see.
Let's see.
Play shows in stock.
Right
Add
there.
to cart. Let's pretend we're doing. Yeah, look at that.
So you guys
Play.
can get these now.
Play is in stock.
Supposedly
wonder
they
if
got some new distribution center, so you can get this in the States. You can get it in Canada, unless your name's Jason Price, and then you can't.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, I'm on the Nene list right now. So.
Because you got pulled over by customs on your way to Florida. That's
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's
NERDFIGHTS promo code. If you go to fuelup.gg/NERDFIGHTS, you get free shipping, a free shaker, a money back guarantee, and something else. I'm not there to read the ad copy, but if you happen to stumble upon the site without our link, use promo code NERDFIGHTS at checkout to receive your free gifts and your discount. And, of course, you'll be supporting the show as well. Fuelup.gg/NERDFIGHTS.
Yeah, actually, you did actually get all three. It's free shipping, free shaker bottle, and our Feel the Difference money back guarantee.
There we go.
Nailed it. You're doing it live.
Doing it live.
All right.
Seriously, that is your background? That guy's your background? Yeah. You know that guy, Walter Goggins?
The name is familiar.
Billy.
Baby Billy from what?
The Righteous Gemstones.
The Righteous Gemstones? I don't watch that crap. What is it? Nah, he's been in all kinds of stuff. He usually plays like he was in Django Unchained. He's in a lot of movies. If you see the guy, anyways, this is what has me worried. She thinks that guy's attractive enough to have him. So she thinks that dude's attractive. If she thinks I'm attractive, then I must be an ugly motherfucker because I did not find that dude attractive at all.
Oh well. Hey, he's got style. He's flashy.
What's the ETA wanted to say?
I have no idea because.
Okay, well, have to navigate live. I'll let you start us off on the Lorelei scene here.
So yes, Lorelei. So we get. I gotta make sure I don't trip the bots. So we get our classic top-down, permanently always ever reused bridge shot.
This shot's in every episode.
Yeah.
Almost
so
every episode Uhura's in.
Yeah. And of course she's always laid back because of that. She's literally the most laid back character on the bridge.
Man. That short skirt too.
So what do we get? We got recent joint discussions of the Klingons and the Romulan Empire.
So has that always been there? What is that? Is that like a turbo shaft, or is that the ready? Like
that? Yeah, that's a door that shouldn't exist.
Hey, that's what I thought. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that is a turbo lift that should definitely not be there. That's what that is.
Next gen, that's like the captain's office.
Yeah, there's a turbo lift and the ready room is over in that corner.
Yeah. Although I guess they play it off. I mean, bridge crew eventually has to use the restroom. Maybe that's a bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, this was funny. This was something Michael brought. You're right. Michael did watch this with us. Precisely every 27.346 years, but he's got it broken down into seconds.
Yeah, I know. It's just old Spock.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because there's the 20 seconds to go.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's like, what kind of luck do we have? You know, if we'd got here a minute later, we wouldn't have to deal with this for another 27 years.
Yeah, exactly. And then, of course, the big gist is some magic computer we're going to encounter.
Yeah.
Where that somehow is able to reach out and basically siren song all of the men that come anywhere near the planet during this period of time.
I just looked at the chat. So apparently Stanley Tina says he's also in Hateful Eight, and he was in Vice Principals. I do remember that. That was a very short-lived show. That was funny.
Yeah.
My mom says something called Justify.
Okay, now I'm gonna add
And
some
Stan, I like his comment. He says he looks like a queer Neil Diamond. So
no, he does not.
So LDG, waving hi or waving goodbye, but thanks for showing up, brother. Captain Vandenberg, thank you. Sorry, I'm using the phone today, guys, but at least I'm here.
Oh, Walter. Walter Goggins. I love this guy.
Yeah, but she thinks he's sexy. Give me a break.
No, he's so good at acting.
Okay, yeah, okay. Now you're gonna reach. Okay.
He's highly enjoyable.
I'm gonna step out for a second.
Okay.
Oh God, I've been in this car. So I had a really good time at this Hall of Fame thing. But I'm not going to lie. When I was talking to you earlier, I thought it was going to be a pro wrestling one.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my Undertaker shirt for crying out loud. And I still had fun, but if it had been a pro wrestling one, we'd have spent way more than an hour there. Because, first of all, it's a little over an hour drive. You take the round trip into consideration. We spent twice as long driving as we did at the thing, But it was still cool. I'm not complaining. It was fun. But I just don't understand why WWE doesn't have a real Hall of Fame. 10 minutes? Like a physical one. When the amateur ranks have one. And there, and I took these cool pictures. There's like in Russia, if you win this tournament, the winner gets this crazy looking cape. And they had two of them there. They had one from the 70s and one from the 80s. I don't know if that's the only two times an American won it or not. But they had it. And they look like something out of pro wrestling. It was like a big, fuzzy cape. Looked like something Gorgeous George would have wore or something, Anyways, my point is WWE has all kinds of shit. They could have like a 3-story Hall of Fame,
They could, yeah.
It's criminal that they don't.
Well, it's what, 40 years or 50 years, basically?
50, if it's just WWF/E, it's about 50 years.
Yeah.
They go even further back if they go back to WWF, which is what it was in the very beginning.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had to pull over. She had to pee and I had to smoke. We're about 10.
Okay, cool. So the siren song of Lorelei makes everybody go all wacky. Spock gets the super concentrated face, which I can't quite get the pause on with this, but everybody starts having delusions of ladies in their head, and then they still end up.
It's just the dudes, because this was a very feminist episode. Because Chapel and Uhura end up saving the day. So
Uhura takes over the ship, and then
affect the women. It just affects the men. So there's actually kind of a parallel with this in Lower Decks. So they get the men horny in this one, whereas everybody gets horny in the other one.
Yeah, exactly. It's all hands on deck in Lower Decks.
This was an accident, guys. These just fell together in the same show on accident. So
yeah, exactly.
it was serendipitous.
Is Danny outside? Yes, he is.
Yeah, don't tell Jason I'm smoking my vape. I lost my vape. I got to get a new one. So I'm getting my nicotine. She doesn't like it either. I'm sorry. But I'm doing good. It's just
that's good. That's good. So yeah, and then this. Honestly, I gotta say, when we were watching this, I was just thinking, because DeForest Kelley is by far the oldest of the bunch, I just figured he was just gonna have Gilf on his mind. Just, I don't know. They never showed anything for him either, but I was just like...
I know. But you were saying while we were watching this that you felt like he did the... I think it was you said that he was doing the best job of voice acting.
He felt like it. Yeah, I think it was me. But yeah, it did feel like DeForest was way more into this episode than anybody else. So
the actor was envisioning a nice Gilf, or as I joked on the watch along, which remember, guys, you go to supportsalty.com for the low price of your soul or your firstborn child. No, I mean $4.99 a month. You can watch this stuff, kind of our real time reaction. As I said, Bones was daydreaming of the salt vampire from the first episode.
Yeah.
There's another shot we see a lot of.
Oh, the panning around the planet? Yeah. And then, of course, they go down, and ultimately walk into the palace of.
Tell me this doesn't look like Eternia. It's funny they reused it for He-Man.
Yeah. Well, look. I'll tell you this.
Yeah.
This is Eternia. This is like somebody was honestly it's like I swear somebody was trying to figure out how in the world to come up with the characters for He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And they were getting it all out of their system. Right. In this show and maybe another show after they were done doing the artwork for this, and they got all their drawing practice in, and then somebody realized, wait a minute, and then of course the main leader lady right here, that is absolutely the sorceress Teela.
Or the sorceress was Teela's mom.
Yeah, like it's the sorceress. Like
those of you who haven't seen a 30-year-old, 40-year-old cartoon.
If that's not the sorceress, I'm a monkey's uncle because like
right.
Short of the fact that obviously the hair and the embellishment around the hair is different. It's functionally basically the same.
That face, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So they get suckered in, and then the slow process of answering questions to just leave them.
Hold up, can I flip this around?
You should be able.
Damn it! Hold up. I'm just gonna do it that way. Can you guys see that?
A Waffle House.
I haven't seen one of those in forever. Wow. Yeah, they don't have those in Vegas. Yeah. Uh-oh.
That's funny.
I need the thing. My battery's going to die.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Yes, Waffle House. It's either still open when the hurricanes are not a danger, or if you're feeling like going someplace to get shot.
They have those in Canadian.
No, we don't. No, that's definitely something we don't have.
Oh, you're back. I lost you.
So we don't have any Waffle House up here.
Okay.
We finally do have IHOP. Yay! But myself, my wife, and my sister-in-law have been having fun making fun of my sister's brother for wanting to go to a Waffle House now that they live down in Florida, because they're all over the place down there.
Yeah. I don't know why I haven't seen one. Yeah, I haven't seen one forever, but it's cool. It's not like I'm going to eat there.
No, I no. No, I could go my whole life without going there. That's all right. So they're down on the planet, and after they finish duping these guys, they slap the headband on everybody and start sucking the life force out of them.
We talk about Waffle House and Michael's goes back. Do you notice that?
Oh, yeah. All the Waffle Houses. Yeah.
Why can't you do what I'm doing? Get on here. Look at old man Kurt. The combination. Like the
oh, yeah.
Sucked out of him by these succubuses.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, of course, back up on the Enterprise, they start going into panic mode and try to figure out what is or isn't going on. And then, of course, if it may already be by this point that damn it. I have had a hell of a time with that name for the last couple weeks. I don't know why. Uhura was already taking control of the Enterprise, and of course they drag the men back out. There's like Stretch Armstrong versions of those guys right now.
So another treat for anybody who's on the Patreon who watches. I don't know if Salty's got this episode up yet, but my buddy Jason, who was visiting for my birthday, he actually makes a guest appearance, and because he's in the Navy, and he was talking about how that whole Uhura thing actually did make sense in military situation. He was
Yeah,
explaining
in a
why.
yeah, especially from the Navy's perspective.
Yeah, if you want those kind of insights, go to supportsalty.com and check it out. He did? Oh, so he's already posted it because Tina says she watched it already.
Oh, cool.
Good job.
No, we don't quite just suck it out of the tree. Oh, you paused again. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
No, you're all right. The video just kind of lagged for a second. So yeah, so these poor suckers are just getting absolutely drained.
You know, I don't know if it's because it's a children's show or not, but I was really expecting the red shirt to die, the Clint Eastwood looking guy, but he never did.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, because Spock is this... Yeah, this is the scene where, because Spock was stronger than the average human, he starts helping them to get away. And then they go jump in an urn. And then, of course, it rains.
Because, of course.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, those exterior sets, if you will, and drawings, they're totally getting reused in Masters of the Universe.
Oh, in so many places. And then, of course, this is where... Yeah, is it this... Yeah, this is where he does the sing song and gets the computer to actually talk to him.
Yeah, which totally blew Salty's mind away. He was like, "How did he do that? How did he hit the-"
Yeah. And then he manages to get his communications gear, and then of course calls down Strike Force Lady. And that's actually too the other fun thing in this is where we find out that Nurse.
Hold up! I don't think those are regulation length skirts on a couple of those women. Those look pretty.
I'm also pretty sure those are not biologically regulation length legs on a couple of these women.
And that one there, my God, she turns to her left a little bit. We're gonna see some ass cheeks. That's crazy.
Well, to say nothing of the fact that this is like literal Barbie doll level leg proportions going on. Yeah. But this is where we find out that that Nurse Chapel actually is a little bit more of a badass than we were kind of criticizing her for in Strange New Worlds.
Yeah,
because we actually figure out that she actually shoots one of the ladies. Right? Zap, and one more zap. Right there. Boom, boom.
Yeah. All right. So much for Hippocratic Oath.
Yeah, exactly. And she's like, Hippocratic schmippocratic. I'm just a nurse. And they go find Spock on the bed of destruction. Although we do get this wonderful moment because Filmation just can't stop, letting us down. And
hey guys, can anybody in the chat figure out what's wrong with this photo?
Yeah, one of these things is not like the other.
Anybody?
Bueller.
Salty Trekker, stop texting and just get in here with us. You can do what I'm doing. You're sitting in the parking lot of a Taylor Swift concert. Where's he at?
Taylor Swift. It's not Taylor Swift. It's a Christian rock band somewhere up in actual Nashville itself.
Good God. I'm not. I like she's a guilty pleasure of mine. Look what you made me do.
Spock's looking extra old.
Yeah, which invulnerable. I'm surprised Nurse Chapel just didn't straddle him right there. She's like, "Oh, this is my one chance. I can do it."
Yeah, because unrequited love, and the guy's completely putty in her hands. And then, of course, we get Spock back up, and they can't figure out what quite to do, and then they go down and...
Nobody in the chat wanted to point out that Nurse Chapel's sleeve was red. And everything else. You guys are filling it up. Yeah, it's all good.
Then we find out that the planet causes them to suck the life out of men.
Yeah, sure. The planet's cool.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how to.
Yeah.
How to swallow that one, but yeah, go writers, go.
Well, all the feminists in this episode aren't sure how to swallow anything, so it's all good.
So yeah, they find out that they're actually eternal prisoners, live forever, but only after they suck the life out of men. Man, someone must have been reading some life expectancy stats just before they wrote this and were pissed. And they're like, women live longer than men. What's wrong? It's like, I got to make a script out of this.
Right.
So they go and rescue the boys. And I get a kick out of the fact that all the ladies, except for Nurse Chapel, are all red shirts.
Yeah.
Like, what does that... Is that significant for some reason?
I don't know. So back then, red was not secure. Red was engineering, right?
It was like a combination of engineering and security.
Was it also security? Okay.
Yeah, because the security guys were always red shirts.
Okay.
Gold was command. Blue was science and medical.
Yeah. Okay. I thought red was security and the color change of next gen.
Yeah. Because they double up on one of the colors in... Yeah, because they did the same thing. Because in TNG, gold is engineering and security.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So it'd be the same in this, as red is engineering and security.
Okay.
Yeah. So then they get everybody back on board ship, and
Scotty was looking rough.
Oh, Scotty was having a day.
Yeah, city miles on that dude. Jesus.
Yeah. And then, of course, they figure out what to do after Spock helps them through it, and then the old classic odds quote, 99.7 to 1 odds.
Yeah.
And then they beam them down, and then they break the cardinal rule of easy way out story writing in Star Trek and just do the pattern buffer insta recycle.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that is like, although I just realized something. Scotty looks like he's got some crazy hairdo just purely by accident.
Oh, yeah. He's got like that Salt Lake City punk hairdo going on.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the biggest issue I had with this episode was the fact that yet again it was another abuse of transporter technology.
Right? I mean, we have a problem. Oh, the transporter can solve it. I mean, that's how they're going to have to bring back. Oh gosh, I already forgot his name. The dude they killed in Picard that everybody loved.
Oh yeah.
What was his name?
Captain. That's terrible.
Captain Dipshit. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'll bring him back with the transporter if that shows.
If they really need to, that's what they'll probably do. It's kind of funny that a plot device that was brought up a plot device that was created for the show.
Salty's saying that this was the first instance of a
pattern buffer fix. Yeah.
All right.
Although I love that it's a patter buffet fix.
I knew what he meant.
Auto corrupt.
Yeah, auto corrupt.
But yeah, it's funny that a thing that was dreamt up for use in this show to save money in the long run ended up getting abused so many times.
Oh yeah.
To just, comically enough, save money in the sense that it made it easier to write an episode.
Yeah,
And
I wonder if this is where Scotty got the idea in the episode Relics.
very well, yeah, very well could have
I
been.
remember that one time I de-aged myself like 100 years in the transporter.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He should have actually. I mean, obviously they wouldn't have had the special effects to pull it off, but they should have done a. They could have done a Relics episode where they just beamed him back as his young self or something. They'd have his medical records on file.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then they come up with a cure for the trapped ladies, so now they can go off and live a full life of having kids and stuff.
Yeah, and have a man and die with their man.
Exactly.
It's kind of funny. Wasn't Jay or not? Sorry, you're Jason. Wasn't Michael saying that some feminist wrote this episode, or was he just making that?
Well, no, but he found that it was an awfully feminist-leaning episode, at least in his mind, until we rewatched it. Yeah. Because and I do actually think it's funny because of the fact that there were so many elements in the story that absolutely would trigger a third wave feminist. Like without question, like that whole well now we could go be wives and mothers and yeah, I mean that would set people off left and right now. So
because in Vegas that would be $1 million house.
Are you serious?
As a heart attack. So we're in this neighborhood where they're like mansions. In fact, the place we're staying in was the governor's mansion. We're not staying in the mansion part. We're staying in like the back where like the what do they call those, the mother-in-law house things. But here we just got here. I got to show you. It's nice. So we got access to the swimming pool, to the jacuzzi, which we've been using.
Nice.
Yeah, hold up. Let me see. Oh, sorry. Ooh. We just got here. I don't know if you can see. Check that out. That's where we're staying. You see that?
Very nice. Yeah.
Yeah. And all these houses on this street are huge like this. And there's two down, not that you can see, down that way. Like you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see this one. This one's nicer than the one we're staying in, I think. But there's two right there next to each other, just as big as these two houses for sale. Easily $1 million house in Vegas. I'm actually, I think I might call just out of curiosity.
Just to see how much do you really want.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, like, I bet you it's probably maybe $250,000 here. What do you think? 250,000? What do you think? What would your guess be?
Is it?
She says not even more than, no more than 250. Wow.
Wow. Is it in the Oklahoma City area?
Is this considered? Yeah. This is Oklahoma City. Yeah. Where we're at. We're in the art district, which has been a blast, man. I've been taking a bunch of pictures. I'll show you guys later. If I were to ever live somewhere in Oklahoma, I was telling her it would be, what was that, 16th and the Plaza District's dope, man. It's like we happen to be here. They're doing this mural thing, the Mural Expo or whatever, and so there's all these artists there painting gigantic murals on the side of like buildings. And then of course I won't be here. Saturday is when the big party and event is, and I guess they'll be judging on it and stuff. Like it's gonna be food truck. I wish I was leaving Sunday, because that would be awesome. Anyway, sorry.
So the only actual mansions that I'm seeing come up in OKC right now are actually mansions. Like, so when I say it that way, I mean to say that anything that's into the millions is seriously huge.
Oh yeah, I mean, this was considered. What year was this? Like, I mean, the governor's mansion back like
Early 1900s.
Yeah, in the early 1900s, so over 100 years ago. So yeah, they definitely make them bigger now. This is the other. I don't know if you can see it. The next door house. Look at that. It's like, I think that one's nice, arguably. But anyway. Anyway, sorry. Back to the episode. My bad.
So yeah, other than the debacle with the transporter, I don't really have any serious issue with this episode. I actually enjoyed this episode of the animated series more than Lower Decks.
I agree with that, and again, like we've been saying these past few episodes, this really does feel like the fourth season of the original series. It feels very, even though it's much shorter, the storytelling is very, you know, I don't know. I think it's good sci-fi, you know, and yeah, sure. It's easy for us 50 years later to say they abused the transporter thing, but technically, since this is the first time they did it, you know,
Yeah, you got to give him a little bit of a pass, yeah.
If I could figure out how to turn this around.
So, just so you know, everything in like a 5-block radius of where you are right now is under 100, is under 450, and most is under 200,000.
Yeah. Oh, how do you know where I'm at? Did I give you the address?
No, I can figure stuff out.
All right, look.
I know how to internet.
Check out this pool, man. Check out this pool. Isn't that dope?
That's cool. I like the little the curved embellishments on the ends.
Yeah, and then we got over here. It's closed, but that's where the jacuzzi is, and it's even got like a TV up there. It's been chill. We've used it every night. And then this is through Airbnb, y'all. Not that they're a sponsor or anything.
Yeah.
But so yeah, we got this little patio area here. In here with the laptop last night. Got a grill that we can use right here.
Oh, nice big Napoleon.
Looks like my battery's
Nope. You're back.
Okay. And then this is one of those hide-a-bed thingies. So, you know, it's got like a swanky, like, I gotta turn the lights on.
Very nice.
Got like a swanky shower with the coolest / weirdest.
Ooh.
It has.
Oh, there you're back.
2, 3. It's got 4 different areas where the water comes out, plus a handheld thing. So technically 5 different areas that water comes out of.
There was some place I stayed once where because beforehand I had always questioned why you'd want so many jets, and then I forget where it was, and then I the one time that was all I had to do, and I was like, yep, no, I understand why people get crazy showers like this built.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So
yeah, let's wrap up. My phone's about to die. I got to plug it in. That's why it keeps cutting out.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'd give this episode, I would actually lean towards the solid 7 for me for enjoyment on this episode.
Same. I give this a 7. I think it was better than the Lower Decks episode. I think it's a good.
Why are we talking about the shower?
Because you're not here to reel me in and keep.
Because this is the random calamity episode.
Yeah, the inmates have taken over the asylum episode.
Exactly.
Warden's
so you agree with the 7, do you?
Oh, totally. It's not. There are episodes I've liked more, and we'll get to. We'll get to at least one more that I don't like. I think there's only one episode of the animated series I remember not liking. No, but this is a good. If you like the original series, this is a good episode of Star Trek, in my opinion. You know, I don't think it's too over the top. Doesn't hit you over the head with the, you know, Michael was saying it's feminist. It's not. It just happened to be a thing where the girls got to shine because they weren't affected. There was actually a. Bert, if you're still here, what was that episode? There was a similar concept in the original series where like the women had some kind of power over the men.
In the original series?
I believe so. It was like
wasn't that where we were talking about, that was the Spock's Brain episode where the women were kept upstairs?
Yeah. We talked about
it. Or the men were kept on the surface and the ladies got to stay inside.
Stay inside, yeah. So, that's on the supportsalty.com. We did talk about that. That's right.
Yeah. No, it's... it was a good episode.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So with that, I know Mike is in there. Play my score. Okay, well, we'll go play your score. Yes,
yeah. Go ahead and play his.
Yeah, we got to play it all the way through. So we'll get a second take on the first go. All right, so score. Here we go.
Like I said at the beginning, I think both of these episodes are very mediocre. I I've said before, I think that so far this season for Lower Decks, it's been very 7 out of 10 for the season. I don't think that this episode is bad, so I wouldn't go down to, and I certainly wouldn't put it at the paint dry level, so it wouldn't go down as far as 5 or even 6, so I'm going to give it a 6.5. And the Lorelei signal, I was ready to give it about a 5 or going into it, but then after we watched it, I realized it's a lot better than I remember, so I'm going to give it a 6.5 as well. So, I'm honestly, I'm going to give them both a 6.5 out of 10. I think that they're both enjoyable, but not great.
Hey, man, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's okay. He could be wrong on his channel, right?
Yeah, of course. We both gave it a 7. He's not here. I'm going to say it's a 7. So
yeah.
The official.
There we go. Yeah. Perfect.
Well, hey, since I have her here and my phone's going to die anyway, and you want to carry on the tradition of interrupting me to end the show, I just want to again say thank you to our Patreon. Twinkle Teacher, say hi.